Get on your trampoline.
Fires for the win. Yes!
Oh my God.
The one-and-done era in college basketball hit its peak in the 2010s, but that didn't equal a shortage of historically great players. From efficient one-year wonders to four-year scoring specialists, these are the 10 best college players of the decade. Before setting foot on Duke's campus, Zion Williamson was known worldwide for viral dunks on players that didn't stand a chance against the 6'6" forward. He entered his freshman season determined to prove that he was more than a highlight machine, but other parts of his game still made jaws drop.
Williamson down with the rebound. Look at the pass. What a pass from Williamson to Jones.
Are you kidding?
Williamson finished the season shooting 68% from the floor and posted the highest player efficiency rating in recorded D1 history. He joined Kevin Durant and Anthony Davis as the only freshman in the history of college hoops to rack up 500 points, 50 steals, and 50 blocks. Zion swept Player of the Year honors and was the no-brainer #1 pick in the 2019 NBA draft. I've got one word for ya: Jimmer mania. We'll fast forward this one to Jimmer Fredette's senior season at BYU, a year when his scoring prowess was national news. The Cougars won their first 10 games and after a loss to UCLA, went on another 10-game win streak. Fredette put up 3 40 balls in that second streak, including 47 and a wild buzzer beater against Utah.
Jimmer from 40 feet! Got it! He got it! Oh! Did we just see that? I mean, what can we say?
Fredette's signature shot was to pull up from what came to be known as Jimmer range, somewhere 30-plus feet from the bucket. He notched 3 30-plus point performances during the tourney before BYU fell in the Sweet 16. Jimmer led the nation in scoring and took home National Player of the Year honors. It took less than a month in 2011 for combos to begin swirling about freshman Anthony Davis as the National Player of the Year frontrunner. That year, Davis and his 7-foot-plus wingspan blocked more shots than all but 11 entire teams in D1 hoops.
And the shot blocker, Anthony Davis, at 6'10", but he plays like he's about 7'4".
Kentucky lost just 2 games all season and shredded into March as the #1 overall seed. Then, the Brow took his play to a whole nother level in the NCAA tournament. He led the Wildcats to the championship, averaging a double-double and almost 5 blocks per game. Obviously, AD was the top pick in the 2012 NBA draft. Before Trey Young was pulling up from the center court logo in the NBA, he was doing the same exact thing at Oklahoma.
Oh my gosh. Wait.
Way out there!
You've got to be kidding me.
Trey Young!
That ridiculous range and slender frame evoked memories of Steph Curry, but Young also modeled his game after Steve Nash and showed out as a passer too. In his one season in college, all Trey did was become the first ever player to lead D1 in both scoring and assists. His game has definitely translated to the next level and reminds you how stacked the top of the 2018 NBA draft really was. Kemba Walker helped UConn to the Final Four in 2009, but he really took the nation by storm during his junior campaign. He scored with ease in a number of ways, most devastatingly with a step-back J.
Walker on McGee with 4. Kemba Walker, step back, Walker, cardiac Kemba, does it again, UConn wins at the buzzer!
That iconic shot came in the midst of 5 wins in 5 straight days to win the Big East championship. That grew into an 11-game winning streak that carried the Huskies to a national title over Butler. Kemba averaged 23.5 points and about 6 boards and assists apiece on his way to the NCAA tournament's most outstanding player honors. Great shooters shoot. That's the story of Doug McDermott. The Creighton forward became the 8th player in NCAA history to rack up 3,000 career points, and he did it on senior night in a career-high 45-point effort.
Mr. 3000, Doug McDermott!
He led the nation in scoring that season and settled into 5th on the D1 total points list. The man they call Dougie McBuckets was the first player since 1985 to be named to the AP All-America team 3 times and set an NCAA record by scoring in double figures in 135 games. Buddy Hield's signature toothy smile is deceiving because the kid's been ruthless since his Oklahoma days. Already an established big-time scorer by his senior season, he cranked it up a notch with 12 games of at least 30 points, including a ridiculous 46 in an instant classic triple overtime loss to Kansas.
Look at Mason. 3.
Pounding him.
Oh, right in his face.
Buddy Hield fires a 3-ball. Wow.
Is that a big-time shot? Show me a better offensive player.
That's equal to the most points an opponent has ever scored in the 64 years since Allen Fieldhouse opened. The Player of the Year led the nation in three-pointers and proved his scoring had substance, bringing the Sooners to a Final Four a year after they had made the Sweet 16. A single word can describe Jalen Brunson: winner. He was a starter on Villanova's championship team as a freshman, but he wouldn't truly come into his own until he became a vet.
I'll tell you what, his game is so understated.
In his junior season, Brunson shot 40% from behind the arc, 80% from the free throw line, and just under 60 from 2. Brunson improved his scoring, assists, and rebounding each year, and that offensive efficiency led Villanova to their second national title in 3 years.
Nova is number 1. Villanova, your 2018 national champions.
He's in rare company, too, becoming only the 7th player to win the Wooden Award as the nation's top player and a championship in the same year. Frank Kaminsky spent his first 2 seasons at Wisconsin fermenting and finally erupted during his junior campaign. In the 4th game of that season, Kaminsky dropped 43, both a career high and a Badger single game record.
Right block, going to work, left shoulder turn up, right hand good, 41 for Kaminsky.
That game was the perfect display of Frank the Tank's skill set, efficient in the paint and consistent from long range. He proved preseason hype right in his senior year, scoring and boarding to lead the Badgers to their first national championship game since 1941. They lost, but Kaminsky was the consensus National Player of the Year, and now his jersey's hanging in the Kohl Center rafters. Chances are you didn't see any Campbell University basketball games the last 4 years, and that's sad because you missed Chris Clemons putting on a heck of a show.
Here comes Clemons, 4 seconds left. Clemons across the timeline. Clemons for 3 in the win, and it's good! Chris Clemons wins the basketball game! Wow!
Here are his point per game averages each season: 18.5, 25.1, 24.9, and 30.1. During his senior season, Clemons rewrote record books, pushing past every single player not named Pete Maravich or Freeman Williams for 3rd on the all-time scoring list. And sure, his team wasn't great and they played in the Big South, but just check out what Clemons is doing in the NBA if you need proof that the kid can ball.
Oh, there's Clemons. He never saw the mouse in the house.
Thanks for watching. You can check out all of the rest of our End of the Decade content here on our YouTube channel. For more news and highlights, download the ESPN app, and for premium content and streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.